Captain, before we step onto this first step island, tell me, what does begin make you feel when it means starting an action, the first part of something in time, and starting out in a particular way or place? Meaning 1. To start doing something. Used when an action or process starts. Example: Captain, we begin the sail repair at first light. Common use: begin to work, begin a journey, begin doing. Begin here. Meaning 2. The first part or earliest stage of something, used for the starting point in time or sequence. Example: At the beginning of the storm, Captain, the waves were small. Common use: at the beginning, from the beginning, in the beginning. Beginning, 610. Meaning 3. To start out, to originate or start in a particular way or place, used for where or how something starts. Example: The route begins at the northern buoy, Captain. Common use: begin at, begin with, begin from. Begin at buoy. Begin is a basic verb for starting actions, and it often pairs with to, begin to move, or a noun, begin the work. For the first stage as a thing, English commonly uses beginning. With places or methods, patterns like begin at and begin with are very common. Take the first step with wolf calm focus, Captain. Carry begin for starting action, for the earliest stage that sets the tone, and for the exact point where the voyage begins as we sail to the next island. Captain, before we step onto this heat and pressure island, tell me, what does boil make you feel when it means water bubbling from heat, cooking something in boiling liquid, and emotions rising until they're hard to control? Meaning 1. When a liquid reaches the point of bubbling from heat, used for water or other liquids turning into rolling bubbles. Example: Captain, the water began to boil as the pot rattled. Common use: bring to a boil, at a boil, boil over. Boil point. Meaning 2. To cook food in boiling water or another liquid. Used for cooking eggs, pasta, vegetables, and more. Example: Captain, boil the eggs for 8 minutes. Common use: boil an egg, boil pasta, boiled vegetables. Boil 8 minutes. Meaning 3. To become very angry, to build up pressure inside. Used when anger rises and is close to exploding. Example: His anger was boiling, Captain, but he stayed silent. Common use: boil with anger, make your blood boil, boiling rage. Boil down, breathe. Boil is literal for bubbling liquid and also a cooking verb. Figuratively, it's a strong image for anger building up, boiling with anger. Phrases like bring to a boil and make your blood boil make the meaning unmistakable. Control the heat and control the moment, Captain. Carry boil for bubbling water, for cooking by heat, and for emotions that boil up, so you can steady the ship before anything spills over as we sail to the next island. Captain, before we step onto this trust and conviction island, tell me, what does belief make you feel when it means accepting something as true, having religious faith, and holding a strong opinion or principle that guides your choices? Meaning 1. The feeling that something is true. Trust or acceptance. Used when you accept an idea as true, even if it isn't fully proven. Example: Captain, I have a belief that the storm will pass by dawn. Common use: firm belief, belief in, beyond belief. Belief. Dawn clearing. Meaning 2. Religious faith. What a religion teaches and accepts. Used for faith, worship, and spiritual conviction. Example: Their belief gave them courage, Captain, even in dark waters. Common use: religious belief, belief system, personal beliefs. Belief and faith. Meaning 3. A strong opinion or principle that guides behavior. Used for values, ethics, and guiding principles. Example: Her belief in fairness shaped every decision, Captain. Common use: beliefs about, core belief, political beliefs. Belief, fairness. Belief can be simple trust in an idea, belief that, religious faith, religious belief, or a guiding principle, core beliefs. Let your night mind stay steady, Captain. Carry belief for calm trust in what you judge true, for faith that anchors the spirit, and for principles that guide your choices when the sea tests you as we sail to the next island. Captain, before we step onto this guess-and-take-on island, tell me, what does assume make you feel when it means believing something without proof? Taking responsibility or a role, and adopting a certain position or posture. Meaning 1. To believe something is true without proof. To suppose. Used when you make a guess based on limited information. Example: Captain, I assumed the tide would be calm, but it changed fast. Common use: assume that. Wrongly assume. Safe to assume. Assume calm. Meaning 2. To take on responsibility, a duty or a role. Used when someone accepts control or responsibility. Example: Captain, she assumed command during the blackout. Common use: assume responsibility, assume control, assume command. Assume command. Meaning 3. To adopt a position, posture, or expression. to take on an appearance, used for taking on a stance, pose, or look. Example, Captain. He assumed a calm expression to steady the crew. Common use, assume a position, assume a posture, assume an expression. Assume a posture. Assume can mean guessing without proof. Assume that. Taking on responsibility, assume control. Or adopting a posture or appearance, assume a position. Think like a quiet tactician, Captain. Carry assume for cautious guesses, for stepping into responsibility when the ship needs you, and for the posture that projects calm when waves rise as we sail to the next island. Captain, before we step onto this permission and power island, tell me, what does authorize make you feel when it means giving official permission, approving a payment or action, and granting someone the power to act for you? Meaning 1. To give official permission, to allow something formally, used when a person or institution formally allows an action. Example, Captain, the port office authorized our departure at first light. Common use, authorize entry, authorize access, authorize the release. Authorize departure. Meaning 2. To approve a transaction or action, often technical or financial. Used when a system or person confirms, yes, proceed, for a payment, device, or request. Example, Captain, the system authorized the fuel payment instantly. Common use, authorize payment, authorize the charge, authorize the request. Authorize payment. Meaning 3. To give someone the power to act on your behalf. Used when you formally grant a person permission to do something for you. Example, Captain, she authorized the agent to sign the delivery form. Common use, authorize someone to, authorize a representative, authorize a proxy. Authorize representative. Authorize is a formal verb tied to permission and power. It can mean giving official approval, approving a transaction, or granting someone the right to act for you. Look at what follows the verb, access, payment, someone to catch the exact meaning. Grant power with precision, Captain. Carry authorize for official permission, for confirmed approvals that let actions proceed, and for trusted delegation when someone must act in your name as we sail to the next island.